Yeah. What's going on, everybody? So I'm gonna do this real quick. Yeah, we had to put this on real quick. Yeah. That's where we at. That's how we gonna start this one off right now, real quick. Yeah, this is that kind of weekend. It's that kind of weekend. All right, now let me. All right, now let's get right. Let's get right. Just had to have a little bit of fun, right there. All right, we good to go now. Um, what's going on, good people, man? What's happening? What's going on, man? Hope y'all having a good one. Hope y'all enjoying the off season. Hope y'all enjoyed the holidays and all of that. Happy New Year and all of that stuff. So it is about time for us to start thinking about the lawn season. I know it's hard to believe that it is time for us to start talking about the lawn season, but I'm gonna just give you just a little bit of just this is gonna be real chill, real as my lives always are, but it's gonna be real chill. It ain't gonna be too long because I have been struggling with my voice for about the past week or so. So it's not gonna last very long. So I'm gonna get in here. I'm gonna talk about what we gotta talk about, and we're gonna slide on up out of here. Hey man, get out of here with that Patriots talk, man. Get out of here about that Patriots talk, man. Hey, y'all got a good team this year though. Y'all playing good. Y'all playing good. But is we gonna do what we can do. We gonna make a run as best as we can. Hopefully it's a good run. We'll see what old A-Rod still got left in the tank. We get DK back this on Monday for this week, and hey man, I'm gonna see what we can do. We're gonna see what we can do. We snuck in there, and it's gonna be a toss up. We gonna see what we can do. But on to the lawn season. We'll be getting ready to get started here in a little bit. So it's time to kind of start thinking about a few things during my holidays and kind of all off season and shut down and being away from work. I had a little bit of time to start thinking about some stuff of my plan for my lawn. Haven't fully dialed it in yet, but just kind of started thinking about some stuff and just kind of how I can simplify the program and also simplify the approach that I present to you all. I'm all about simplifying it and making it as easy as possible and executable for the average homeowner, but to get those amazing results. So in doing that, this happened to be on Instagram, and I know these products have always existed. They've been out there, but I think there's a couple of new formulas and things that are out there. Strolling Instagram and Lebanon Turf, which I actually use their ProScapes fertilizer on my client lawns and stuff sometimes. So I've used that product a lot. I've also used their Country Club. I like it's almost a greens grade. I like the pearl size on that fertilizer. I like some of the blends that they have. They produce a good fertilizer. So I saw it. It was ProScape. So that's going to be the product that I'm going to be talking about. It's not a groundbreaking product or anything like that, but what it is a product that can simplify your program a lot. It's like combining three applications into one. Like you get you check three of the boxes for early spring in one application. So I probably will end up making a video kind of on this, but I just feel like going live. I haven't done it in a while. I haven't checked in for a bit, so I just kind of felt like going live for a little while. If you've got any other questions or anything like that, just go ahead and pop them over there in the chat, and I'll be monitoring that, and we can talk through some of it. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into it, and we'll take a look at this product that I am talking about, and I'll put it. I don't know exactly where to get it just yet. I haven't found it out there readily available to be able to get, but this is the product that I am definitely interested in. And you could also use this to simplify your program. Those first couple of applications during the spring, it's like a 3-in-1 type product, man. It is a fairly, I would say, useful and efficient product if you were going down with something like this. So it's from Lebanon Turf. It's their Proscapes line. It's a 1206. One of the things I like about that, the low nitrogen amount that's in there and the lack of the phosphorus that's in there is also a good thing when you start looking at the application rates that you'll have to put down. So this is a 3-in-1, and the reason it's a 3-in-1, you get your fertilizer, you also get your acelepryn, which is your grub control. A lot of times that's a separate application that you'll have to make. Is going to be your your grub control. So you pull that one into it, and you also get your barricade or your prodiamine, which is also your pre-emergent. So you get all three of those in one. Like this is rolled in. I did some of the calculations and kind of looked at it. Actually, this is a 1206. The other one that I was looking at was a 1306. So they've got a couple of these products. So let me do the math on that real quick. I'm actually gonna go over here real quick. You're gonna see this real time how I use the Turf Therapy app. It is that quick in being able to figure this out. So boom, that's a 1206. I think it's probably gonna get me close to, let me see, let's just try 0.8. No. Let's see if this is it. Oh no, it is. Oh, got to put in a square footage. It's got to have a square footage there, and that is it. So, that's actually that's a pretty good calculation right there. So what you'll get out of this one, so they have another one that is out there with a Celiprin, and they also have one with Dimension. I think that was a 1305 that they have available. But this one is a 1206. And then we can jump into the label and look at what it actually has on there. I'm all about making sure we take a look at the label. See what I mean? Take a look at the label, see what ingredients we're getting in here. So you're getting your AMS in there, which majority of this is, well, not majority of it. You're getting AMS that's in there right under 3%. You're going to get some other nitrogen sources. You're going to get some urea. Most of this is urea is what's in here. And you get methylated urea that's in there. That's going to be your slow release, which is a good portion of that that's in here. So those are going to be your nitrogen sources, urea, AMS. Some of the urea is methylene urea, so it's going to be slow release. Which when you look at the application rate that you're going to be putting down, you're going to get about just over 3/4 of a pound of nitrogen that's going to be going down for you to get the full rate of the acceliprin for your grub control. So to be able to get your full rate of that percentage that you need for your grub control, it's going to be about 6.8, I think is what it is, 6.8 pounds per 1,000 square foot. And that's going to give you just over 0.8 pounds of nitrogen that's going to be going down, which is a good thing that a portion of that nitrogen is actually going to be slow release. Because typically I don't like going over 3/4 of a pound, especially that early in the season. So come around April-ish time frame, the things should have started to green up. Like you should really see a good green up on there. It should be time to probably get that first cut and first mow on there. And this isn't a bad product. I mean, this really isn't a bad product for you to be able to go down with. And be able to have like a 3-in-1. And acceloprin, the reason you want to get down the right amount, and always refer to your label, always refer to your label. We're going to scroll down here, and it gives you all of your pounds per thousand that you need to get put down. I didn't do the calculation yet to see how long of a coverage you get on your pre-emergent, but at that rate, typically they calculate all that stuff together. And in my video, if I do a video, ooh, it's actually right here. Dum, 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 dum. So 0.75. Pronami at a pound. Boom. So yeah, you're gonna get your full. You should get your full rate of prodiamine coverage at that rate, application rate that you're gonna be putting down. So that's good. So now you'll be covered full rate of your pre-emergent, and you'll have your full rate of your coverage on your grub control. And it also controls some other, not only just grubs, also army worms. That's another big one. Army worms, chinch bugs, and all of those will also be covered with this application for the acceloprin. Let me make sure that's enough to be able to cover for chinch bugs, because a lot of these have different requirements for the active ingredient on your acceloprin. So yeah, I do think that when you kind of look at these products, I know a lot of people, they don't want to make all the different separate applications, right? Like you got to go out and you got to get your pre-emergent down. Like that's a big one, to make sure you get your pre-emergent down, and then you got to come back and you got to be able to get your grub control. That's a whole separate application. And then you got to make sure you're fertilizing. And again, these are just things that you can actually roll in, and now you've got one product, one application that you can make during that early mid-ish springtime that can address all three of those. Like for the average homeowner, like these type of products, and it's in a granular form. Y'all know I love my liquid applications. I feel like you get a better coverage, more uniform coverage, and things like that. But I understand that time is limited for the average homeowner, and for me, time is also getting more and more limited. So these type of products are a really good option for you to be able to get down and kind of kill three birds with one stone, more than just two. So yeah, looking at this is the product that I kind of wanted to bring to your attention. Not to say that this is a new product, but it's a product that I don't talk about very much. I don't talk about these kind of products very often, but kind of looking at the objective and the goals of most homeowners, they want to be efficient with their time. They want to be efficient with their applications. A lot of people don't want to be out having to make 3 and 4 applications in a single month, along with the mowing on top of it. Stand on top of your mowing 2 and 3 times a week. Then you're making an application every week, every other week, things like that. So these type of products are beneficial for the average homeowner, for them to be able to stay on top of the things that they need to do. You get your pre-emergent, you get your grub control, and a early season fertilizer to get the lawn going. And this is one of those products, especially looking at the ingredients that are in here. You got your methylated urea, so you're gonna get some slow release. Your AMS is gonna be your quick green up, your color, and then some urea that's gonna get in there and get going pretty quick. And this also has sulfate of potash in there as the potassium source, and not the muriate of potash. That's another reason why I also like a lot of the Proscapes and Lebanon fertilizers. They do have some with muriate of potash in them, but most of their potassium sources, especially the fertilizers that I use, they have SOP, or the sulfate of potash. So you're also getting that sulfur content in there when you're using that AMS and these other products. So Also, that sulfur is going to be good for a slight color boost if you may be deficient on some of your sulfur in your soil. So make sure you're reading the label, but this is definitely a product for you to be able to consider. And I'll go back and just kind of looking on the Lebanon website. They've got a lot of other products and things that are out there that you can kind of sort through. They got some new ones. Like, these are the things that always kind of jump out at me. What's new? What's the new ones out there this time of year? Just to see what's out there, right? And you can kind of sort through and see what functions and things you're looking for. If you're looking for insect weed control and a fertilizer, boom, you got a 3-in-1. Their country club, they actually have a smaller granule size. So with that smaller granule size, that kind of helps with the coverage and the uniform coverage that you can get when you're making those applications for your Acceloprin and also your pre-emergent. So they've got them with Acceloprin and Dimension that you can go with. Acceloprin, and I think they've got another one, the one that I just talked about with Barricade, which is your prodiamine. I think they had another one also. Yeah, I think they've got one more, but I don't see it here. So there's the 1305 that I was talking about. They've got that one there, and then the 1303 with some more slow release type stuff in there. So got a couple different options in there. That's 30% polymer coated urea. So yeah, these are some new products and things that are out there that you can consider to make your program more efficient with the time and the applications that you're out there making. All right, so again, if anybody has any questions or anything like that, you can kind of pop them in the chat over there, and we will answer some questions as they come in. But this was kind of the main product that I wanted to talk through and just let you all know that that was out there for an option that I potentially may be considering actually using it because it's just one of those things that it simplifies the applications that have to be made. And right now, and as we all know, like, time is one of those things that is very limited, especially when things warm up, things get more active, family gets active, events and activities and work gets busy. This is something that can help save you some time, but also keep you on track with the applications that you need to be making, especially early spring. That'll help you later on in the season to make sure you've got that protection against grubs and armyworms as that time starts to come up. One other thing, just kind of looking at just an update for me and kind of like where we're at. Got a question coming in. I'll answer that here in a second. But I was actually outside today. Just needed to get out, get some fresh air out, and had little man out. He needed to get some fresh air and run and burn some energy and all of that. And it was already drizzling rain and everything. But I was like, we need to get outside. Come on. So kind of did a lawn walk through the yard, looking at starting with the iron cutter. It is fully dormant, all the way dormant. Worm castings and stuff are riddled all through it. So it's probably going to be pretty unlevel here come springtime. But I already know that's one of the things that I'm going to be addressing in the spring anyway. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I will be right back. All right, so we back. I was hearing like some crazy feedback in my headphones. I was like, my goodness, like what is that? So, all right, but yeah, so walking through, starting with the iron cutter, fully dormant worm castings. I know, like I said, that's going to be one of the things that I'm going to be addressing is the level ness that I've got on there before we start. I'm not gonna say before I start real mowing, but it will be very early. As soon as it gets greened up and it gets growing and the temperatures look like they are on the incline and are gonna stay there, we're gonna be doing leveling and renovate. I'm not gonna call it renovation, but repair and leveling work on the iron cutter as soon as we can, because I want to be cutting sub 1 inch this year. Is I want it really at about 3/4. I want it at about 3/4 of an inch, if not lower, this year. And I want to be able to keep the Hudson on it all year once I get it on there. And that's what I'm looking forward to being able to do. So looking forward to being able to do some work and stuff on the iron cutter when the weather and stuff gets right and it warms up and it wakes up out of dormancy. So look forward to being able to do that. And the next thing, looking at the front and backyard, front yard, I will say, of course, I haven't done a full renovation or anything on my front yard. It is losing a lot of color. It's that point in the season where the color just dumps. I've got really sandy soil, so at this point, and it's also just been cold here off and on for the most part. We've had some couple of cold snaps and things like that. So I am it is greener than all of my neighbors. I can say that. But the color took a dump probably in the last week or two, which it typically looks this way anyway. I'll probably post some pictures and stuff of the lawn, what it's looking like within the next day or so. But front yard lost a lot of color, but density and all of that stuff is there. I'm not worried about it. It'll bounce back, and it does this every year, and it will be just fine. Backyard holding more color than the front, losing more color than what it had before. Again, very typical. Not really worried about it. The next thing is in the backyard. I was worried about my density a little bit in the backyard after I did my light overseed in certain areas. And density just wasn't coming in the way that I wanted it last fall. So I was considering, I might have to do a spring like overseed or dormant seed or something like that. But looking at it, walking through it today and looking at it, that density is fine. Like it just, the late season and just kind of the way the season closed out, it really filled in and filled out towards the end of last season. So looking at it today and just walking through it, I was like, oh yeah, all this needs is some warm temps, some fert and mowing, and it will fill in just fine. I've got a couple of areas that the rabbits have been enjoying, and they have chewed sections of it down. Good thing is it's only in one little corner, kind of farther back, like in the back corner of the yard. But they have been having a feast back there, so they've chewed that down a little bit, and it happens. Like it happens at least in one area every single year. So nothing unusual there. It'll take those areas a little longer to recover and wake up in the spring, but hopefully they don't continue to eat it, because as long as the crowns and stuff are still intact, all of that'll grow back and be just fine. So overall, man, density is going to be fine. I was thinking I may need some more seed in it, but it's going to be just fine. All it needs is some warmer temps, some fert and mowing. We will be in there, A1. So I think the lawn is where I expect it to be right now for this time of year and this time of the season. Nothing unusual going on in it right now. So hope the same for y'all. Hope y'all lawns and stuff are hanging in there and just looking the way that they normally do or better. If you're holding more color this year for some reason, if you did something different, let me know how you think about where your lawn is right now. Again, if you have a cool season lawn and it's losing color a lot here as we get deeper into the winter, don't worry, don't fret. It's not a disease. It's not nothing that you need to go out there and apply and try to do stuff to it. Let it rest. Let it rest. That way, when the time comes and the temperatures warm up, and it's time for us to get back up out there and it gets back growing. It's gonna grow when the climate and the temperatures are ready for it to grow, and it'll be just fine. So I was looking at some of my neighbor's yard though, and which is what kind of prompted me to go out and take a look at mine, is because I was like, man, some of these cool season lawns have lost so much color. Like they almost look like dormant warm season grass. Like they have almost zero color in them. And I was like, my goodness, like does mine look that bad? So I came home and taking a look at it. It doesn't. I've definitely got more color than just about all of my neighbors, unless they're one of the lawns that I take care of. Because some of my client lawns are actually holding more color than mine. Um, and I actually did make I think their last application, their last FERT applications were like late October, mid October, and it was AMS. I made that last. I made some videos and posts. I made some post shorts and stuff about it, going down with that AMS, and all of those lawns are holding more color than their neighbors, and more color than my front. They're not holding more color than my back. My back, I was on top of it with my liquid applications and stuff like that. But we're probably neck and neck. So where I kind of spread the applications out of the AMS on my yard just because I could and I was here. Theirs was a single application, but I am seeing a difference in getting that application down of a quick release around that mid late October time frame, and probably some of their neighbors that probably had an application, because I saw the companies out in the neighborhood, they had an application done later than that. So they actually had applications done later than that, where a lot of that FERT probably didn't even get absorbed into the plant and really get utilized before it stopped growing and went dormant. So yeah, let me check over here. I see a couple of questions and stuff are starting to come in. All right, with the mild winter so far, do you think we need to be worried about certain insects? Right now, I'm not. I don't see anything out there right now that's kind of triggering anything out of the norm or out of the ordinary right now from an insect perspective. So I would say I'm not concerned with anything just yet with way the winter is going, because typically around now is when it starts to really get cold. December is always, at least around here, it's one of those mildish type. Now down south, they are having pretty significantly like 70s. Like they're in the 70s right now. I think I was talking to my mom earlier. She was like, man, it's nice down here. It's like 70, 72 degrees, sun shining, breeze blowing. I was like, Ma, like, I don't need, like, it's raining. And it's like, I think it's what, like 40 degrees, 30 degrees outside, right? Like 40 or 50. Like, y'all like 20 degrees warmer and sun shining. I don't need to hear 46. It's 46 and raining here. So yeah, I'm not concerned with anything yet. For the South, uh, I don't see anything yet that's popping out to say I would be concerned about that. One of the things to watch though, as the season comes in, and you start to see how things wake up and how things get going in the spring. So that's kind of where I stand on that one. All right. My like it's trying to green up. We've been having spring weather here in the most in past 2. Yeah, if you're 410. I don't know if that's here. I don't know if that's your area code. If that is your area code, then you're in this area. Um, yeah, my lawn ain't trying to green up. It's just sitting there. My lawn's kind of sitting there doing what it does typically during this time of year. But if you're starting to get a little bit of green up, all good. Ain't nothing to worry about. Hey, enjoy it if it tries to green up. I'm tempted to mow, but in the end, yeah, I'm not trying to mow nothing. I'm not trying to mow nothing. Pulling a mower out is the last thing on my mind right now. Just the fact that I'm even starting to think about lawn care is a plus, and probably the closest I want to get to it is thinking about lawn care. Actually going to do anything, nah. Like I said in my last video, I enjoyed my off season. As life has gotten busier, during that growing season, man, things are just so busy, like so busy. And it's lawn, family, work, and a lot of lawn. And spending time editing videos, shooting videos, taking care of my clients, answering questions, answering YouTube questions, answering their questions, staying up on my applications, like stuff around here, and coming up with new ideas and stuff for videos and concepts and a lot of that stuff. So like when the winter hits, y'all, I am tired. Like I am burnt. I am burnt. So when the grass stops growing, I am happy. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to look at it right now, which today was really probably the first time I looked at it since I recorded that last video. And before then, it had probably been about 3-ish weeks since I had even paid attention to the yard. So, but I get it though. If you're enjoying your yard, like right now, I don't think it's growing enough for you to be out there mowing, depending on where you're located. I'm not quite sure where you're located. I'm just guessing if it's that 410. If you're in this Maryland area, I don't think it's a need to get out there and try mowing anything. All right. So as soon as the snow melted, I've noticed rabbit and squirrel damage. Yep, I got a little bit of squirrel damage too. They're out there digging for their nuts as they do every year. Okay. Completely dormant. So yeah, that ryegrass will hold on. That rye will hold color for a good bit. Yeah, that's why the old heads call it that winter rye. They're gonna put that winter rye out there. Um, um, couldn't find AMS in the area, so I had to use. Go to your if you're looking for AMS, if you can't find it in the big box, like I've been talking about it, either go to your lawn supply store, turf supply store, or a farm and feed, like a farm and feed type store. Typically, they've got urea and AMS. And those are just kind of standard basic uh, fertilizers that you can get for the low. Go to a co-op, like maybe a Nutrient if you can find those around. They've got like little local co-ops and things that you can find. Not sure. Oh, you said Chicago area. Maybe if you, I don't know if you maybe in the burbs of Chicago, or not where you're at. You find you like a farm and feed type store, and typically they've got AMS and urea and stuff in there for fairly good prices. So that's another option for you to look at. I'm in Kentucky now from Baltimore. Okay, all right. I saw the 410, and I was like, 410. All right, bet, gotcha. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Where that little? Okay, you like an hour and a half away from Polo. All right, bet. That's what's up. Yeah, y'all been having some crazy. Y'all been having some crazy weather down that way. Like, it is, it is crazy. Yeah, y'all been up and down and a whole lot of down, way down, cold. Like he was telling us some single digit numbers and stuff with the wind chill below zero. I was like, yeah, bro, you can have that. Like, and then the next week, it was like 70 degrees. Yeah, we been in the chat talking about that, and it was like, man, your weather patterns just be crazy. Speaking of them, let me see if they jumped in the chat talking about anything. Little man is up from his nap, so I am gonna be bailing out of here in a little bit. It is not gonna be long, but yeah, I was about to wrap it up anyway. Just trying to answer some of these questions. It's I got a number of questions. I'm good. Y'all popping questions in here. We can get through all of these. Um, Experience the same here in New Jersey. Yep. For renovation in the front. Yep. I have a few moles start growing. Yard's always full of deer. Yeah, man, it'll be fine. Long as the crowns and stuff are intact, it'll be just fine. Like just no need to worry about it. Especially when you do those full renovations, depending on the timing of when you did it and how much time it had to grow in. A lot of times that first fall, it'll kind of stop growing earlier, and those Mountain View seed cultivars that are in that Artemis, they tend to grow at a slower rate anyway. So yeah, it'll be fine. Like come springtime, you'll be just right. But still way greener than all the neighbors. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yep. Um, Texas is totally different. Yeah, Texas is completely different than. I don't know if you're running a warm season. I don't know if you're running warm season or cool season. Had to plant ryegrass seed. Looks great. Hmm, interesting. Rye in. Are you North Texas, South Texas? Where you at in Texas? Interested to know. That rye is gonna be tough to maintain. Comes Texas heat. Not to say that it can't be done, but it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for sure. Um, Let me know where you're at in Texas. Some yellowing. Yep. Right before Halloween. Snow leaves hitting with tropical period in November. Yep. Sounds like you had a good plan. Yeah, man. I'm telling you that AMS towards the end of the season. That and towards like and most of all my nitrogen and fert and all of that stuff is down by mid October, and I'm doing a little bit of spoon feeding a little bit after that, but bulk of mine, I'll probably have less than a quarter pound that'll go down between mid October and our FERT ban that's in November 15th. Maybe a quarter pound during that period of time, but everything else is already down, and I'm just in the plant, and I'm not really pushing a whole lot after that. So yeah, that's kind of there's some research out there of getting those applications down, not waiting on that fall winterizer application and putting it down real late when it doesn't have a chance to get into the plant. You don't really get any benefit out of it. So if you get it into the plant before it stops taking up nutrients and stops taking up nutrients and stops kind of growing, then you've already got it in the plant. You've already got it there stored up, is able to use it. So as it slows down, it's already got those nutrients and stuff in the plant. So yeah, waiting until later really doesn't give you very much benefit. Yeah, 83 in Dallas on Christmas. Yeah, crazy. North Carolina, we were down. Well, we were actually in VA, and I think it was seven. It was close to 65. It was like 65, between 65 and 70. In VA for Christmas was down with my wife's family. So yeah, it was nice because it was cold here. So I was cool with being down there. I was like, oh, I could have had on short sleeve shirts when we was running around there. But yeah, it was cool. It's cold. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, it's colder. Where he's at. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Polo man, they've been having some of them some crazy weather swings. Like if yeah, I don't want them weather swings. You're in South Texas. Ooh. Yeah. That South Texas might be tough to maintain. That I don't know if you did. Maybe you did a Bermuda grass overseed. Maybe you've got a warm season grass and you just did an overseed on it. But yeah, it may struggle when you get into those 100 and something degree heat temperatures when the summertime comes. But if you got irrigation and you keep it hydrated and stuff like that, you may be able to do it, but it may struggle. If I was in South Texas, I'd be growing a warm season grass, and it'd probably grow. It'd probably grow. South Texas, I don't think your What are your temperatures right now in South Texas? What are your temperatures like? But I'd be growing a warm season grass if I was in South Texas. Just easier maintenance, easier to maintain. But maybe you just moved into the house or something like that and didn't have a chance to get it out during like the growing season. But yeah. Uh, it's not hard. The neighbors don't even try. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how like some of my neighbors are. It's just not their priority. Like, so I mean, I ain't mad at it. It doesn't bother me one bit. They can hire me. I can take care of it for them, but it's just not a it's not a priority for them. Oh yeah, you 60 degrees. Uh, yeah, Bermuda. Maybe it goes slightly dormant, or maybe it just stops growing. It might hold a little bit of color. Um, but yeah, if you're still holding like 60-degree weather right now, um, that summertime is gonna be rough on that rye. But you can go for it. Give it a try. It's gonna be tough on that rye when it gets. If you're in South Texas, it's 110. That that rye is not gonna like it. It is not gonna like it at all. So you can consider doing look at some of my videos that I've got on the iron cutter Bermuda, and that concept goes for if you decide to go with a different type of Bermuda. But Bermuda looks good. Like it's got some good cultivars out there, especially the iron cutter. I've got a full playlist on how I did a renovation from Sprigs. You can check that out on the channel. Like I said, either iron cutter is good. There's a place in I can. Where was that place at? Plain? Was it Plain? No. I'll try to find. I can't remember it right off the top of my head. There's a place in Texas because a lot of people in Texas are asking me about Iron Cutter. Iron Cutter, it is available in Texas. I'll have to go back and take a look at it, but um, that's what I would recommend. I would recommend a Bermuda. If you wanted a specific type of Bermuda, I would recommend Iron Cutter. That's a good one. Tahoma 31 is another good one. Um, I like Iron Cutter. That's what I've been working with. So there it is. Lagos, Texas. Lagos. Lagos, Texas is a side farm that is out there. I will type this into the chat for you right now. I'm not sure where this is in relation to where you're at. See, look at it, right on the spot, giving you the info that you need, the resources that you need. Boom, I will give this to you, and boom. There you go. They've got it. So that's one location. I'm pretty sure there's other ones there, but there is one that's one that I know of that has it and it's available. And I've seen the side, and or if you get sprigs, I've seen the iron cutter that came from there, and it looks good. It's some quality iron cutter coming from there. But yeah, that's I don't know. Cool. Buena Vista Farms. I don't know if they've got it. I don't know if they got it. Maybe you're saying that they do have it. But if they do, I don't know if Buena Vista side has it. But I know the one I just put in the chat, they've definitely got it available for you. 4 hour drive. Yeah. At the time, I actually, when I did my pops renovation, I got the iron cutter from up here and drove it all the way down to North Carolina. So normal, it would have been like a 5 hour drive in the U-Haul with the side in the back, with the sprigs in the back. I think it turned out to be like like 7 hours, more like 7 hours for me to get down there. But he's happy to have that iron cutter. He's happy to have it. That was then, but now there's actually a farm that's established down there that you can get sprigs and stuff from. At the time, it wasn't one close enough available that I could get the sprigs from when we did the renovation on my pop's yard some years ago. But now there's actually a Cape Fear side farm in North Carolina. You can get sprigs and stuff available from them. So yeah, man, it's I suggest that iron cutter for you. Going with that, but yeah, I think that is all the questions. That is everything I've got for y'all. I don't have anything else. Again, looking at some of those products, that product that we talked about, that is one of the products that you can look at for it to simplify your program, to be able to simplify the applications and things that you've got to go make. And I'll just pop this one up here for you one more time just so you can see it. Again, you can go to the Lebanon ProScapes website, and it should be there. But this is one of the ones that I was talking about. This one is a 3-in-1 product. You got your fertilizer, which is a 1206 slow release in there, and it has your acceliprid and your pre-emergent. Pre-emergent is prodiamine. So here you've got a full gamut. This is from a spring application. You've got your grub control down and your pre-emergent for your weeds, and you can get your fertilization down all in one application. So there's a lot of these products and stuff that are out there. You can look into these for some of those more efficient applications. That's not having to make 3 applications. You can wrap them all into one to help save some time, but you can get a quality product, quality results, and actually be able to stay on top of the early spring applications that you need to make. All right, so that is all I've got, good people. I am gonna get out of here, go play with little man for a little while. I'll be around. If you got any questions on anything as it comes up, you can DM me on Instagram, or you can leave comments and stuff here on YouTube on my videos. I will be posting a couple of videos and stuff here and there throughout the off season, but not a whole lot. I may jump on here, do some live streams, give y'all some information and things like that. Just as things come up and I start thinking about the lawn season, as we start to get into it, it is about that time. So I appreciate y'all for joining us. If you're catching it on the replay, you can still leave some comments and stuff down in the comment section. I'll get to those questions. And as we always say, just know we work.